friends, welcome back to Dramatically Expatic, and welcome if you're new here, welcome to the squad. My name is Valeria and I share my expat life tips and my life in Florence in general, even though today we're in the countryside because we're filming a new vlog for you, a new travel vlog in an absolutely gorgeous Tuscan place. You will see this vlog next week, so make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And today I wanted to make this little chit chat with you because I've gathered for you my best tips for visiting Florence and for visiting Tuscany as well, but mostly Florence, as someone who's lived here for 6 months now. Because before moving to Florence, I lived in Bologna for almost 10 years, and now that I live in Florence, some things were actually quite surprising for me, and I wanted to share them with you guys so that you can optimize your trip, so you can have a very smooth trip if you're planning a trip to Florence. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Like this video and comment it. Let me know if you're planning to visit Florence anytime soon, and let's get started. So my first tip, guys, that some tourists don't know about regards the transportation. And the public transportation in Florence is actually very convenient and also very economic and budget friendly, because the single tram or bus ticket will cost you only $1.70 and will be valid for 90 minutes, which is actually quite good. There are 2 tram lines in Florence and they can be really comfy if you are staying a little bit outside of the city center, because some hotels in more residential areas might actually cost you less and might save you money. Also, guys, sorry, I am putting on my sunglasses because the sun is just killing my eyes. And yes, I've been saying that you can stay a little bit outside of the city center and save some money on the hotel and then take the tram to get to the city center. And it really is very convenient. You can buy the ticket right on the tram stop, or you can buy it through the app, or if not, you can actually just tap in with your credit card or with your phone as you board the tram, and you do not have to tap out when you get off the tram or the bus. It's the same system for both trams and buses. However, if you're ever traveling with the trains, the regional trains in Tuscany to different cities or little towns like the one where we are today, make sure to tap out on your destination station, because otherwise you're gonna be charged the whole price, like the maximum fee for the ticket. So something to keep in mind. But also, I personally find it super convenient when I don't have to think about where do I get my ticket. I just get on the tram and tap in with my credit card, and that's it. You'll be charged automatically. Next up, I wanted to talk about the museums and booking your tickets, because guys, trust me, you need to book your tickets in advance, sometimes even months in advance if you're visiting during peak season, because the big famous museums like the Uffizi Gallery or Galleria dell'Accademia may actually be sold out for months in advance. So make sure, guys, that you plan your trip well and that you book your tickets way before your trip. It will save you so much time and also money, because otherwise sometimes there are these scammers who sell the tickets, last minute tickets, and they will cost you like the double price of the original ticket, and just don't do it, guys. Also, keep in mind that if you're booking the tickets in advance, there will always be the booking fee. The booking fee varies from museum to museum and usually is something like 2 to 4 euros per person. And even those who pay the reduced price, or for example children who may be visiting for free, will still have to pay the booking fee. I'm definitely taking advantage, guys, of these trips outside the city, because filming a chat in the city in Florence is almost impossible because it's so loud all the time, and then filming it just at home, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit meh. So I really want to film it in a nice location like today, but then we also have to manage all the people walking by and the cars passing by, so sorry for that, but at least I hope that you enjoyed the view. And guys, now on to my next tip. I wanted to talk about the supermarkets. If you need a quick snack, or if you want to grab something at the supermarket for a cozy dinner in your Airbnb, there are plenty of supermarkets right in the city center. Obviously, they are smaller than the ones that are located in residential areas, and they might cost just a little bit more, but nothing really drastic. My personal favorites for the city center are Connaught City and Carrefour, although Palm is not bad at all as well, so you can find pretty much anything you might need as a tourist in Florence. However, if you want to have a budget-friendly and authentic meal, even to-go meal, you know, even something like pasta that you can cook at home, but like homemade pasta. There are plenty of places like this. Head to Mercato Centrale, for example, which is an amazing food market in Florence where you can find lots of great options, or you can find all the paninis. What was that? Sorry, I thought it was a bee passing by. You can find, guys, all the paninis in the city center, like the famous panino with lampredotto, a typical speciality, a Tuscan speciality. And there are plenty of stands selling street food and other food markets. And I actually have a video where I went on a little tour to check out all the best street food places in Florence. So I will leave you a link up here. Check it out. And also, guys, make sure to check out my Florence travel guide. I will leave you a link in the description box, because there I have so many amazing places between food places, you know, the street food places, but also restaurants, cafes, coffee shops, shops to buy souvenirs, which is my next point that I will talk about, and also things to do and places to see, and even things to do outside of Florence, for a total of more than 160 things to do. And also, guys, I have 4 customizable itineraries there, including a digital map that you can use to create your own itinerary with all the places that I share. So check it out, guys, and I'll be really happy if you enjoy it and if it helps you planning your trip to Florence. Next up, guys, as promised, the tip about souvenirs. I highly recommend you to swap the usual, you know, just regular souvenirs for something a little bit more authentic. And in Florence, you have plenty of options to find amazing, authentic shops. There are plenty of artisanal shops and, you know, little bottegas selling clothes or hats, for example, or artworks, or unique books, and so many. I mean, I love it, guys, so much, because the artisanal scene in Florence is absolutely insane, and there are so many shops like this. So you can actually find something really unique and really handmade, and also support local business, and then bring home something that, you know, will not just be another souvenir that will end up as a magnet on your fridge or something like that. Next up, guys, my next tip. If you're planning to stay in Florence a little bit longer, I highly recommend you to take a day trip somewhere else as well, because there are plenty of day trips options from Florence. Florence is really well connected to other cities in Tuscany, like Siena, for example, or Pisa or Arezzo. You can totally take the train and spend the whole day there and explore the city and then go back to Florence. And I personally love this. I think it gives you such you know, a good picture of Tuscany and definitely a better understanding of Italy as well. And you can take the regional trains to get to these cities, and then there are the small Tuscan towns that are absolutely, you know, iconic, where you cannot get by train, so you will either have to take the bus there or take the car. I'm talking about towns like San Gimignano or Volterra, guys, but yeah, it's totally worth it because they're absolutely amazing. And then there are smaller, less known places, less known towns like Certaldo, for example, where we went a couple of months ago, where you can actually get by train, the direct train from Florence, so it's super convenient, and honestly I think you will enjoy it no less. So if you're not into taking the car, make sure to check out my playlist with other Tuscan towns and all the places we visited in Tuscany. I will leave you a link in the description box and also up here, and you know, to get some inspiration of where you can get by train and by car. Also, guys, before I get to my next tip, I wanted to remind you to follow me on Instagram if you're not following me there yet, because every time I find a cool new place, I always share it there and you'll be updated regularly there. So yeah, it's the best way, you know, to stay connected on a daily basis. So make sure to check it out and give me a follow. My next tip, guys, if you want to take a little break from the city and enjoy the nature, there are plenty of options where you can do so. Right in Florence itself, you can actually go to the Boboli Gardens or the Bardini Gardens, which are absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, but keep in mind that the entry is not free, you'll have to pay for the ticket. There are plenty of other parks in Florence where you can of course go for free, like the Horticultura Gardens, which is one of my favorites, and then the huge Cascine Park, and it's quite famous as well. But also, guys, you can totally get outside of the city, you know, and just enjoy the countryside, like the place where we are today, because it's super close to Florence and it's lovely, and you will spend the day immersed in the hills and the Tuscan nature and greenery. Then, guys, of course, there is a totally different topic of scams. I can just tell you, beware of the common tourist scams, but I will actually make another video where I'll talk more about the common tourist scams in Florence, and something to keep in mind and something to keep an eye on, because there are some that are very specific to Florence, or I feel so. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to my channel, guys, if you're not subscribed yet, so you don't miss it, because it will be up in the next couple of weeks, I think. And yeah, we'll talk more in detail about that later. And for today, I think that's it. I think it's time to wrap up this video. I hope these tips will be helpful to you guys if you're planning a trip to Florence anytime soon, and so that you can plan better, and organize better. Also, I remind you to check out my travel guide in case if you need more inspo, and more details on hidden gems and unusual places to see and do in Florence and around Florence as well. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for a vlog from this gorgeous place, and for other tips and chats, and just expat life in Florence, guys. If that's your cup of tea, welcome to my channel. Make sure to subscribe once again. And yeah, I wish you all a wonderful day ahead, and thank you so much for being here.